Namaste, everyone. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be here musing with you again. I'm Megan Campbell, if I haven't met you before. And most of you know I have taken the summer off. I was in Nicaragua leading the Advanced Vinyasa Flow pilgrimage, which was amazing, incredible in all respects. And I am back now and slowly trying to reintegrate into my daily rituals, routines, and rhythms because, to be totally honest, they flew out the window after the pilgrimage ended. I finished it, the training, and I loved every second of it. I poured my heart, my soul, my teachings into it. And when it was done, I felt empty, which is exactly what I wanted because it was not depleted. It was empty. I just gave it all away out into the world and shared. And so I really went deep into self-care. I did more yoga, I meditated for longer, I slept more, and the creative juices started to flow again. So as I mentioned before I left, my intention with this trip and taking time off over the summer was to write my book. And so I spent a couple of hours every single day at this really sweet little garden in this coffee shop that I love, writing away, and it felt fabulous just to really devote myself to that. And then, as the universe normally does, for me anyway, she had a very different plan and decided that I was going to meet a group of friends, which was a blessing, so cool. I loved feeling like I was part of a community in a place where I want to spend more time eventually. So with that though, all my rituals, rhythms, routines, and practices flew out the window. I decided instead to let my inner teenager go wild. I rode on the back of motorcycles, I danced every night, I stayed up super late, I ate chicken wings and fries. I basically did everything that I hadn't done in months and months and months and months and months before I left. And with that, I slept in, I was too tired, felt really crappy most days. Sometimes I drank a little too much wine the night before, and so my practices started to slide. And I tell you this because there is a beautiful blesson from it, and the blesson is a word our tribe member Melissa uses, which is a blessing and a lesson, and really they are one. And the blesson was that, well, I'm not a teenager anymore, I realized really quickly, and also that I thrive on ritual and routine. So after about a week of letting my inner teenager go wild, I noticed that I felt really disconnected from source and from my inner guide. And so I made a commitment to get back to my practices and slowly reintegrate them and get back to optimal health and what I felt was really important for both my physical and mental and emotional state. And of course, the universe said again, well, let's see. How committed are you? And so I guess I ate something and I got very, very sick my last few days in Nicaragua, and I spent my entire week resting, sleeping, watching Netflix, to be totally honest. But also I made the commitment, and so I kept with it. I meditated laying down. I did really, really gentle yoga practices. I got an amazing healing session, distance healing session, and recommitted and stayed committed to this process of moving through. Some of the darkness my body was feeling, and I guess a process of detoxification. And once I felt better physically, I arrived back in Canada and received another blessing. And that was that the darkness really does have, as I keep saying over and over again, messages for us. So upon my reintegration, the first week I was back, I'll be totally honest, I felt very depressed. And it was deeper than just being back from vacation. And so one day I sat in meditation and I prayed. I asked my higher guides, my council of light, my Holy Spirit, my inner guide, exactly what I needed to get the boost, to get back connected fully the way that I felt before I left, to help me get back into my original rituals and routines. And so I sat after that prayer, after asking for guidance, and listened. And the message I got was really clear. Right away, you need to do a cleanse. And so every fall I do a cleanse, Wild Rose Detox, and I'm proud to say I'm on day 10. And it really was and is the boost that I needed to get back into this state of optimal health and wellness. Not only for my body, because it was feeling okay again, but most importantly for my mind, because we tend to forget that they're intimately connected. And so not only am I feeling better physically, mentally, emotionally, but I'm back to all my original rituals and routines, sitting for 30 to 40 minutes of meditation again, practicing every day. I've even started running again. And the creative flow is happening again, where I feel called to write more and more each day. And so I share this with you because many of us are stepping back right now into back to school, whether it's our kids or ourselves, or maybe just back onto the yoga mat, and finding it perhaps a little bit challenging, a little hard to figure out exactly how to do that. And so today I wanted to share that, again, it's so important for us to be sitting and listening, not only when we feel really, really good, but when we feel a little dark, when we feel a little sad, when we feel a little depressed. The voice of the inner guide, the council of light, our higher guides always have our back, as Gabrielle Bernstein says, and they will always give us the messages that we need and exactly what we need to help boost us into this optimal state of health and wellness. And ultimately as well, it becomes this divine will. So once we receive the message, it's then our job, our duty to go out and move forward with it, but also just to keep asking for the support and the guidance to stay true to what brings us to feeling and a state of constant connection. So we're constantly in line. And so one of the ways I wanted to support you, I've been asked over and over and over again when I'm going to do the Joy Circle, my women's mentorship and yoga program. And I thought, what perfect time to do it then in the fall. Maybe it's exactly the boost that you need to get back into your spiritual practices, back into physical health, back into mental, emotional health, wherever it is that you might feel a little bit stuck, because this program deals with it all. It's based on the blueprint of the chakras, and it has received tons of amazing feedback on how helpful and supportive this has been for women in the past. Over 35 women have moved through this program, and it's been really powerful in helping them step forward into their truth, deeper into their spirituality, and feeling more grounded and centered within themselves. So if you subscribe to my newsletter, you'll see it below. There's an awesome little incentive for you in terms of a discount, which my Yogini Yoga insiders get only. If not, you can visit megancampbell.ca, the Joy Circle, and get all the information that you need there to join us. It starts October 15th, and it's going to be a little bit different than it has, but still a really powerful program. The difference is that you get to do it on your own time. So there's no dates, nowhere you have to be, nothing you have to do. It's all online and in your own time, just to give you the opportunity to really flourish in your own way, in a way that feels right. And also, like I did, slowly and gently pulling yourself back in by connecting to your inner guide and exactly what you need. And this program offers you all the opportunities to know the difference between your inner guide and your inner critic, for example. So I'm super excited to start it again October 15th. If you want to join us, there's a link below. If you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to post that below this video as well. I always love hearing from each and every one of you. And I wish you the greatest success, and really from deep within my heart, the courage and the strength to step back onto your path of optimal health and wellness, especially if you let your inner teenager go wild like I did this summer, and get back to that state of alignment, the state of connectedness and center, so that you can really shine bright with me this fall. It was so great to connect with each of you again. Namaste.